Bonnie. I'd like to start off with a question. How many paychecks are you or the people that you know away from homelessness? 1, 2, 3, maybe a few more if you're lucky. Well, that's not a rhetorical question, because for millions of Australians, it's actually reality. It could be a rent hike, a job loss, a breakup, an illness, a mental health break, domestic violence, addiction out of control. That's all it takes. And suddenly, the stability that you thought you had and have taken for granted is gone. Right now, there's over 3 million Australians at risk of homelessness. There's more than 122,000 already tonight. That's not just rough sleepers. That's families living in cars. That's people escaping domestic violence, pensioners, couch surfing. That's our young people who are bouncing from crisis to crisis. The number's growing fast. Why? It's because we have a cost of living crisis. We have a housing shortage. We have a mental health epidemic. We have unaffordable rents. We have social housing wait lists that are years, if not decades long. We have support services that are collapsing under the demand. The people who've always managed, well, they're spiralling. So the answer to solving homelessness is to build more housing, right? Not necessarily. Because if someone has unresolved trauma, including childhood trauma, potentially sexual assault, untreated mental illness, they have a history of addiction, long-term health issues, potentially, a recent accident, court matters, often across jurisdictions, unemployment, no family connection, domestic violence, social isolation, family breakdown, and no life skills, well, simply handing them a house and assuming they can manage a tenancy, it's not just naive, it's actually foolishness. So at Sheltered by Grace, we don't believe in handing someone a forever home straight away. We believe that emergency accommodation is the critical first step. Creating a space for healing, building community, and developing the life skills and support structures that people actually need to survive and thrive. Housing is vital, but it's healing that actually keeps people housed. It's not just about those people out there. It's not just about, the people who are addicted or have mental health issues. This could be your neighbours. This could be your adult children. This could be your grandkids. This could be you. I do this work because I've seen what happens when there's no help. We started Sheltered by Grace because we had an older friend of ours. His name was Bruce. And he had 2 younger daughters. His wife had been verbally abusing the girls for some time. And at the time, his 13-year-old daughter came to him and said, "Dad, I can't cope anymore. I'm going to go and make myself homeless because I just can't deal with Mum anymore." So he took the daughters out of that environment. He did the right thing. But when he asked for help from the community and the government, he was told that there was nothing for him and no help because he didn't have a skirt. So we followed Bruce down the rabbit hole and found nothing. No help, no support, no shelter. That story is not unique, and it has been repeated time and time again. That's why I do this work, because nobody is immune from this, and because everyone deserves a chance to heal, not just to survive. Homelessness is not just about having a place to live. It's about what happens to someone when the world actually gives up on them. Some have fled violent partners. Some have lost their children into care. Many have slipped so far through the cracks, they're no longer even seen by the system. This is not a failure of individuals. This is a system designed without complexity in mind. Until we treat the root causes, until we can actually help people heal, we're not solving homelessness. We're just band-aiding it. At Shelter by Grace, we offer supported accommodation that includes peer-led support from those who've actually experienced this, both in the form of our social workers, our volunteers, our on-site caretakers, and from within our community. We offer trauma-informed programs that we've developed that are unique and bespoke, like our 8-week Overcoming Trauma programs and our Working Through DV programs. We offer intensive case management and social work, and we have life skills training. So this prepares people for stable, independent lives, and it includes things like meal prep, cooking for one, and budgeting, and things like basic computer skills. We also offer a 6-month residential rehab recovery program that is based on our 12-step module and has full support. Although we follow a housing first and common ground model, we don't stop there, because housing must be paired with community building, personal development, and meaningful connection. That's the difference between temporary shelter and true transformation. So tonight we're seeking $20,000, which will fund components of the running of a number of our programs. The actual cost of delivering our programs is $20,000 for one individual to complete our 6-month rehabilitation program, $5,000 per individual to complete our Working Through DV program, and $3,000 for someone to complete our Overcoming Trauma programs. This funding directly supports our most vulnerable residents. People like Vinny. Vinny grew up in a faith-based family, but he did not address the childhood trauma that had been haunting him. He turned to drugs and rebellion. He lost contact with his family and his children, and after hitting rock bottom, he actually entered our rehab program. He found reconnection with his family, he's completed a community services diploma, and now he's actually an integral part of our team, and he's delivering the very programs that he went through. He's making such a huge difference in the lives of the people that we house. It's actually unbelievable. So we're not asking you to solve homelessness with us. We are asking you to believe, as we do, that everyone deserves a chance to heal. And $20,000 gives that chance to dozens of people who might otherwise be lost. Since 2009, we've helped more than 1,000 people in Logan to begin again. The real impact is in stories like Vinny's. But behind every story is a system that works, because we measure, we improve, and we show up. Tonight, I'm asking you to help us to continue doing what others won't, to keep running the programs to support the people who are so often left behind. You can sponsor one person's whole journey, or fund the work that can help dozens of people to get their lives back. I dream of a world where services like ours are not needed, where people actually get the help that they need before they fall. But until then, we'll keep showing up. And with your help, we'll keep walking people home.